Hey everybody, it's Lynn from Bark and Brittle. You know I normally post videos on sweets and baked goods because that's what I do, but today I wanted to kind of take a different route. You know, if you're like me, you probably periodically overdo it on the sugar and then afterwards you just kind of feel toxic and you need to clean out your system. And those are the times when I decide to start juicing again. Yes, again, because I do periodically decide to start juicing. So I'm going to show you today what I'm going to be juicing, and I'm going to make enough juice for a couple days, at least 2 servings, maybe 3. We'll see how much it comes out to, because a lot of this is really just what you want to put in it. So I'm going to show you what I have ready for today and take you on this little journey with me. Okay, I like to put a lot of greens in my juice and very little fruit. So I'm going to show you what I have out today. So I have a bag of spinach. I won't use the whole thing, but I just pulled it out. And I had a couple peppers in my fridge, so we're going to put those in there. A cucumber. And I had some snow peas that were left over from a stir fry I made the other night. So those are going to get included. I'm going to throw in a couple radishes and the greens. You can eat radish greens, but they are sort of tough. So juicing is a great way to get those down. Normally I juice beets, but they didn't have any in the store today. So I picked up this rainbow chard and I've never juiced with it before, but we're going to do the stems and the leaves and all. We'll see how that comes out. Carrots, that's going to add some sweetness. And then my apple. And that's going to add the one piece of fruit and the sweetness that's going to stop this from tasting very grassy. So this is what we're putting in today. Normally I have a lot of celery also in my juice mixture, but my outside refrigerator may have been set a little too low and my celery froze. Okay. I'm going to show you what celery looks like after it was frozen and then you thaw it. Yeah, that's my celery. So I think I'm going to skip this today. I don't know. I may cut up and throw in a few stalks of this very sad looking vegetable. We'll see. Let me get everything cut up and prepared and get the juicer out, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, welcome back. I have everything prepped and set up. So what I did to get ready was I washed all the fruit and vegetables really well. One thing with juicing is you're typically not going to peel your vegetables, so you want to make sure that you wash them really well. So I scrubbed everything. I'm going to give a little plug to my sister here. She sells Norwex. She didn't know I was going to do this. Anyway, she sells Norwex. See if I can get the tag in there with one hand. This is a fruit and vegetable scrubber, and it's really scrubby on one side, soft on the other side. So that is great for using to wash the soft side for apples and stuff like that, and the softer vegetables, and then the scrubby side I use on carrots, and so I don't have to peel them, and I feel like at least I'm kind of getting the top layer or most of the dirt off, and anything somebody would have touched is all coming clean. So, yes, Kim, you can pay me later and clean. So the other thing I didn't really touch on was there are some vegetables. Here's the beauty of juicing. You can juice anything that you want. Really, you could throw citrus in here. Ginger would be delicious, but there are some things you might want to stay away from, at least in bulk, and that is like your cruciferous vegetables, and those are things like cauliflower, broccoli, stuff like that, because it can cause some gas and bloating. So you're taking a lot of it in, so that may be something that you want to stay away from for this. I'm not saying don't eat it, because it's great for you. But in general, you can put whatever you want in here. And you could throw in some herbs too, some parsley, some mint, anything that really makes you happy. So I already went over what we have today, but I'm going to show you what it looks like all prepared and cut up. All right, I have everything cut up and prepared. I am using a Huron juicer, which you can see right here. Let me get a shot of the name for you. This is a slow juicer, like a cold press. It has an auger inside, it turns pretty slow, so it doesn't heat up what you're juicing. But use whatever you have. Any juice is better than no juice, but ideally you won't heat it up. You also need to know your juicer so you know the size of the vegetables, how you need to cut them up. So you can see in this bowl, I have all my harder vegetables. We have our bell peppers and our carrots and our cucumbers. And then we have our apples and our radishes. And over here I have my softer, more fibrous vegetables. So we have our spinach and our chard, and then our snow peas and the radish greens. Now the reason I put them separate like this is because these vegetables here have a little more fiber and they kind of clog up the machine. So what I do, every couple handfuls of the softer vegetables, I throw in a few chunks of my harder vegetables, and that just pushes it through the juicer a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm all ready to get juicing now. All right, I have all my greens in, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my harder vegetables. And in this juicer, you just have to, you want to wait until you hear a piece go through and then add another one. And then you can see here's all our pulp is coming out. And then there's all our juice. It's very green because I added all the spinach. And I also didn't feel like I had enough greens, so I went and grabbed some more and threw them in there. All right, so far we have almost 2 cups. I'm gonna add the rest of this and I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. All right, well, we have everything juiced. I ended up with 4 cups of juice. Let me show you what it looks like. Delicious to some, maybe not so much to others. I know the color can be a little off-putting. There's a lot of greens in here, but we're gonna go ahead and give it a try. I tell you, it is really refreshing. It's a little weird, I get it. I mean, I'm drinking spinach and chard, but it just makes me feel healthier. So especially after I've been on maybe a bit of sugar binge, or I've eaten too many desserts, or I'm just not feeling very great, especially my stomach and stuff. This makes it so much better. And then you may wonder, here's all our pulp left over. So this has the pulp from everything we put in it. It seems like a waste. What can we do with that? Well, I have mixed it up and baked it into muffins before. I mean, I probably made up the muffin recipe and I just threw that in there for extra fiber. And last time that I juiced, I actually took that, shredded some fresh zucchini and yellow squash, added it to it, and then I made vegetable fritters out of it, and they were quite good. So I added some fresh zucchini, squash, a little bit of flour, I think 1 egg, and salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic. And then I fried them up and I had vegetable fritters for 4 days and they were pretty good. Now with the juice, this will probably last me 2 days. It made 4 cups and this is 2 of those cups. So I'll have this drink in a few minutes, but typically you're not gonna wanna hold on to a juice more than 3 or 4 days because it just starts losing all its vitamins and stuff. But anyway, do some research, find the vegetables that have the vitamins that you really feel you need. Get a good variety in there so you get some of everything, and give it a try. You're gonna love it. So I'll see you again next time. Thanks for joining me. Oh, and another perk to juicing is after you juice, if you do sit down and eat a pint of ice cream all alone, you still feel better about yourself. because you juiced.